A beautiful spring Saturday in Tallahassee, and the animals of Section B. World-renowned Gary Davis, Johnny Mack, our own Kirby Kander producing and directing today, leading the walk from Doak to Hauser. See Chip Baker and Bike Mike, one of the best fan bases in college baseball, leading their way into the Cathedral. Dick Hauser Stadium, what has already been a phenomenal ACC weekend between 10 versus 11, the Noles and the Pack. And the highlights from a Friday night in which we saw NC State take game one. And Ryan Marone was simply phenomenal. 10 strikeouts. The Noles seemingly didn't have an answer until Miles Bailey found it in the fifth inning.
Yeah, one of Marone's very few mistakes that he does, and Bailey takes advantage of it, giving the Noles a lead in the fifth, but not to be outdone going into the sixth. NC State jumped right back on top.
So his 10th blast of the season had the Noles up momentarily, but good teams respond. And the Pack have an outstanding freshman in Rhett Johnson. His 2-run double, part of a 3-run sixth, had the Pack back in front. They end up winning 6-4 to take the series opener. With that, we welcome you inside the booth. All-American Chris Chavez. I'm Mario Masudi. Game two should be just as good. You got Trey Beard and Jacob Duden, two outstanding pitchers going on the bump this Saturday.
Yeah, you're going to see one explosive guy from Duden that's going to be throwing in the high 90s, and then you got a guy in Trey Beard who's going to have the outstanding changeup. But great matchup and another great game ahead of us today.
The count here from Trey Beard to Rhett Johnson on a lefty-lefty matchup. Beard on the bump for Florida State, the junior from Dunedin. Last weekend against Wake Forest, he was simply phenomenal. Looking for the strikeout there of Johnson. Apologize for the wonkiness. We were told the game starts at 2:02, and they started at 2:01. And so the ball game began a little bit earlier than scheduled. So not usual setup that we have here on this broadcast. We are in the middle of a 3-2 count. We take a look at the lineup, and we'll catch up. Good news is you didn't miss much. Johnson, McHugh, Head, Johnson, Sherman Johnson, Nixon, Frazeman, Bargo, Ryan Lanfear. And so you see a mix in the lineup, a little bit of a shift from what the Pack had yesterday. There is a close ball four, and Johnson will trot to first.
Another great at-bat from Johnson last night with the 2 doubles, the big hit that gave them the lead. Works a full count there in his first at-bat, works the walk.
Home plate umpire today is Harrison Silverman, Ryan Clark at first, John Coons at second, and Greg Street at third. Chris McHugh batting in the 2-hole, the junior, 1163 OPS. Launches that one low, and it's 2-0. Johnson, who had 2 hits last night, gets his lead off first base, the outstanding freshman. Make the ball in there for a strike.
And you hear the cheers from the crowd there. A little unhappy with the strike zone already today.
14 strikeouts for Beard against Wake Forest, a career high. 6 2/3 of shutout baseball. Gave up just 1 hit, had 1 walk, And 14 strikeouts, just 90 pitches for Beard, who battled a stomach bug earlier this season that delayed his debut in Tallahassee a couple of weeks. 2-1 to McHugh. Cut on and empty from McHugh.
There's that great changeup you're going to see from Beard. Speed will change from time to time. That one has a little dip on it too. Good stop there from Carnes. But again, Wolfpack working that pitch count. Back another full count again.
Game one, McHugh went 1 for 5 in the contest. Struck out twice. Those have Johnson picked off. Bailey to Fisher, and the tag, it pops away from Fisher's glove. And to third base goes Johnson. And what looked to be a major mistake from the Pack turns into a gift from the Florida State defense.
Yeah, those are the things that can't happen right here if you're a Seminole. You know, Beard gets a good read right here, gets the pick off. Good throw from Bailey. Fisher not able to hold on to the baseball as the runner slides into him. And then not only that, he gets the extra bag.
Swing and a miss there. Beard gets the strikeout of McHugh for out number 1. That's a tough start for Florida State shortstop, who last night, a couple mistakes cost the Noles. Fisher, who's playing out of position at short. Probably a better third baseman than he is a shortstop, but by necessity, that's where he's playing for FSU. 3 costly mistakes, though. 1 out here, see Beard can find a way to get out of the inning. Ty Head, the sophomore center fielder. Takes a pitch for a strike.
And it really is amazing with Beard and what he can do and how much confidence he has in that changeup, whether it's a right-handed or a left-handed hitter up the bat.
This is down and away.
See this fastball here. Carnes trying to frame it up, ball's down and out.
Popped up on the 2-1. And Bailey runs out of room as it's into the pavilion. 6-4 last night. NC State takes game 1. And Ryan Marone was simply sensational. Gave up 1 mistake. And that was the 3-run homer from Miles Bailey. Other than that, 10 strikeouts, pitched 6 strong innings. And then Anderson Nance shut the door on Florida State. 3 innings pitched to earn the save. Another swing and a miss there. Carnes behind the dish today. Did Bailey get there? He did. Oh boy. And watch out, everybody took a tumble, including the umpire.
And you see Chris Hart kind of getting animated here. I think they're wondering where he touched here, because this is going to be interesting. Bailey has to touch the white bag. And you'll see here, and this shows you again with Johnson on there, Carnes kind of makes a bad throw knowing he has to get it there, worry about the speed. But Bailey does get the white bag, so I think he's going to be okay here in this play.
This is bang-bang, too, though.
Yeah,
wow,
and again,
that was close.
And dangerous, too, because that knee going in the side of Bailey's head, that's where you get concussions a lot of times, too.
Ty Head took a tumble. You're glad to see he's not injured after colliding there with Bailey and then ran into Ryan Clark, the first base ump.
It could have gotten everybody hurt. You
And
could
you're
have
glad
3 different
Ryan's
people.
okay, too. Oh, my gosh.
I don't mean to laugh, because I'm laughing because everyone's okay, but, I mean, that could have been a triple whammy.
Oh, boy, Florida State defensively right out of the gate, a little shaky in the field. Carnes getting the start behind the dish for Schmela. His first start since March 10th. umpires feel pretty confident that Bailey did indeed touch the white bag. That was what Chris Hart was asking for.
Yeah.
And Elliott Avent came out as well. And after all that, so 2 strikeouts for Trey Beard.
They get big situation here, though. You get 2 big outs right here. Can you close the inning out?
Sherman Johnson, which is a first pitch changeup high and outside. Johnson was 1 for 5 in game 1. The junior from Loganville, Georgia. .371 batting average. On the inside corner. Back to the changeup, the feel that Beard has for that pitch. Very Glavin-esque.
I mean, it's almost comical in a way because of how often he goes to it. Like, you just don't see it that often, someone just being able to go to that pitch time and time again. He does it again right here.
Fisher, a chance to redeem himself, and he does. So, mistakes aside, Florida State able to get out of the inning unscathed. No hits for the Pack in the top of the first. Trey Beard comfortably gets out of it in the end. Richard Dalton Hauser, better known as Dick Hauser, for which the stadium is named. Manager of Florida State was the head coach here, manager of the Royals. Just a cool baseball name, right? Hauser.
Yep.
Feels right.
FSU has been blessed with some great ones.
On to the mounds is Jacob Duden, the junior from Huntersville, North Carolina, former closer for the Pack. Elliott Avent said, you could use that term if you want. I don't love the term closer because I used him in different scenarios, but now Duden to the mound for the weekend rotation has been sensational. A fastball that was in the upper 90s, almost touching triple digits. Now settles into the mid-90s, can still rear back for a little bit. They've mixed some pitches around, but that slider, MLB quality, he goes to it often. And he has a better than 50% strikeout rate with the slider.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the strikeout to walk ratio too. 40 strikeouts to 4 walks. I mean, it's outstanding what you're going to get from him. But like you said, as a starter, you're going to get him a little bit lower. He's going to be more in that 94 to 95 range. But again, when he needs to gear up, he can get that 98 when he needs it. But the slider is elite.
They've gone to a couple of different pitches too to try and balance out his overall arsenal. We'll throw a couple of variations of the fastball. Elliott Avent saying we're trying to find a way for him to pitch more to the fastball so that he understands quick innings are a part of the game. They want to get him at least 6 innings here today and not have him max out at 5 innings, getting to over 100 pitches. But it's high-octane stuff. So Braden Dowd steps in, Florida State's leadoff man. First pitch fastball, 95 on the gun. And following Dowd is Putnam and Bailey, who hit his 10th home run of the season last night. Kelvin Paulino, outstanding freshman, followed by Carnes, Stutzer, Chase Williams back in the lineup. Will Bavaro, Cal Fisher. Fastball, 94 outside. To Duden, you saw his numbers, a 2.01 ERA, that's top 10 in the ACC. A sterling, 40 strikeouts to just 4 walks so far this season. Batters hitting just 188. Dowd ahead 2-0. center field. Ty Head makes the grab, and there's one down. The defense there, that's Ty Head in center. Johnson will flank him to the left, Frazeman to the right. An outstanding defensive outfields. Sherman Johnson at third, Mikey Ryan at short, Luke Nixon at second, Dalton Bargo will get the start at first. Lanfear, outstanding defensive catcher behind home plate. Little comms issue there, huh?
Yeah, a little pitch comm issue. They're trying to make sure he can hear it. They're bringing him a new one. Pitch coach Clint Chrysler going out there. Looks like they need another one, going to a third one here.
I love that. Check it, make sure you hear it. Testing 1, 2. There we go.
You know, now I look back at, back when we played and everything, it's like you got to get an extra size hat now from back in the day when you used hats that fit you. Now you need a size bigger so you can fit that in your bag and put it in there. It's crazy.
Duden first pitch misses.
That's the slider there.
Second baseman, Eli Putnam, the senior. 4 homers, 13 ribbies, 926 OPS, respectable. Batting average hovered around 270 so far this season. Is the heater that time mid-90s.
And you see Duden even kind of motioning to what he did. That front shoulder flying open on him.
He's been able to pitch north of 100 pitches each of his last 3 starts. Sacred Heart, Lafayette, Boston College. 2-0. Misses 3. And his last start against the Eagles. 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. 103 pitches. The only game the Eagles won on the weekend up in Raleigh. The Pack winning 2 out of 3. There's a fastball at 96 for a strike on the inside corner. Putnam 0 for 4 last night in game 1, couple of strikeouts. Watches that one on the outside corner. And the count is full.
Yeah, good pitcher's pitch there from Duden.
Bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, just missed inside. And Putnam will work the walk.
Yeah, I think Putnam got lucky there. Not sure where that pitch was. I know the slider backed up on Duden a little bit, but looked like it caught a lot of the plate here. Yeah, that's, like I said, it was last inning for FSU too. Beard had 2 calls missed as well. Looks like we're gonna have another floating zone today like we did yesterday.
Miles Bailey steps in, a big shift from the NC State infields. I'll show you that momentarily. No, he won't, because Bailey, you already know, to the circus. A special talent, Chris Chavez, 117 exit velocity, projected distance, nearly 450 feet. It is simply laughable in all the best ways from Miles Bailey.
And it is, I'll be honest with you too. You know, we sometimes say, oh, to the circus, to the circus. That was to the circus. That hit the strings, holding the tent down in right field.
Florida State strikes first. 11th home run from Miles Bailey.
You know, we saw it during BP, and we all talked about, a lot of the coaches and I talked about from both teams. I said the ball's going to fly out of here today. It's just one of those days the ball's going to carry. And that one would have carried any day, in any place, in any altitude.
Curtain call for Bailey. They are big league blasts. He hit his final 4 hacks of batting practice today for a home run. And I'm pretty sure one of them was almost 500 feet. I mean, they are spectacular. He puts on a show.
Yeah, but when you do it in a game like this, off a pitcher like this, it's even more, you know, and it just shows you what he's capable of doing at the best level. You know, he did it yesterday, left on left, opposite field. Then he gets one from a stellar righty whose numbers are unbelievable this year and absolutely destroys a baseball to right field.
A 1-2 pitch. You see the breaking ball and how special it is. Elite metrics on it for the strikeout of Paulino, who doesn't strike out often. Under 7% strikeout rate on the season. One of the toughest to K in the ACC.
Yeah, good response there from Duden after the home run. Dialing it back in, getting a big strikeout there.
First crack for Hunter Carnes. Takes the fastball outside corner at 97 miles an hour from Duden for a strike. Carnes' first opportunity as a starter since March 10th against the Florida Gators. Down in the count now, 0-2.
Yeah, another good slider from Duden. See if he stretches this a little bit, starts it on the thirds and gets it to break off and gets Carnes to chase. Or he tries maybe to elevate that fastball.
Reaches out on the 0-2. Ryan, a lot of range. Made it look easy. So Duden responds with a couple of outs after Miles Bailey. His 11th home run of the season, Chavi. He didn't miss.
He sure didn't. And he and everyone in the stadium knew it as soon as he hit it. Absolute blast. And like you said, right to the circus. They couldn't even find the baseball. It was to the right more. But giving FSU a 2-0 lead early in this game.
Miles Bailey with serious first-round potential and upside. You see the metrics, 117 exit velocity, 447 projected distance. They are, and all you can do is laugh.
I did that a couple weeks ago, and now it's starting to rub off on you because it is. A lot of them are laughable. They're video game numbers.
You almost forget how to call the game as it's happening because you're in admiration mode.
Yeah.
You have to remind yourself, hey, make the call. Luke Nixon, Braden Fraseman, Dalton Bargo will lead you up here. It's Nixon at the plate. Take a look at Drew Lanfear's reaction here. The catcher for NC State.
He doesn't even get off a knee.
Sounds like the movie Major League.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That scene in Sandlot, the catcher's like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh. You can't miss pitches to Miles Bailey, and I thought that's what part of what made Marone so special last night. He got beat by Bailey opposite field, but Marone made some big-time pitches, especially on the inner half.
Yep, and that was what that was. That was supposed to be a slider underneath his hands. He didn't quite get there. Bailey didn't miss it.
And last night, too, Anderson Nance counted as lucky stars because Bailey beat him for a home run that went foul. Could have tied the game late at 4-4. But you see the careful sequence you have to have against a player like Miles Bailey. 2-2. Loop the other way, Nixon. That is a throwback ball player. He's on first. Didn't try to do too much. And found the grass for a single.
Tell you what, really, really like the way this kid plays the game. I mean, he gets up there, 2 strikes, chokes up on the bat, just makes sure he's going to make contact, do something to put the ball in play. Just punches it over the third baseman's head for a base hit. Great piece of hitting.
You have to be careful with Nixon on first, 9 for 11. Stolen base attempts as Fraisman's numbers, the senior, .338 batting average. Inside corner at 91 from Beard. Trey Beard will get up to about 94 if he rears back for it. Really operates in that 90 to 93 range. It is a plus changeup. Mixes that fastball in to keep you off of it. And again, he paints the inside corner for a strike. Nixon back in at first.
I do have to give a shout out. It looks like Issa Torres finally got out.
Over at softball?
Yep. So it looks like
human.
16 hits in a row for her. Finally got the streak, got broken.
Another strikeout for Beard. Here at Hauser. Fraisman goes down swinging. Third punchy for Beard.
And this time he goes to the breaking ball here. Great pitch, great location.
Batting seventh, first baseman number 6, Dalton Vargo.
Dalton Bargo attacks the first pitch, fastball from Beard. And he fouls it away. Bargo had 2 hits last night. The senior from Omaha, Nebraska, hoping to take the Wolfpack back to his hometown at the end of the year. Good numbers, power hitting lefty, getting the start at first base for the Pack here today. Off speed, little outside. The Hauser faithful groans.
And that was a good breaking ball there from Beard.
Now 2-1. Bargo, the transfer from Tennessee, hit 14 home runs for the Volunteers last season. Had 3-1, fastball high, 92. Beard rated the 64th overall draft prospect according to MLB.com coming into the year. We'll put him solidly in the second round. Throw over to first.
See if he goes to change up here on 3-1.
Breaking ball off the end of the bat, and it's going to find the grass in front of Dow. A couple of soft singles, but the NC State Wolfpack have something cooking here in the second.
Yeah. 79-mile-an-hour exit velo here. He did go to the changeup, got him out front. I mean, just enough Get it out there deep enough to get another base hit for the Wolfpack.
Third hit of the weekend for Bargo. 2 on, 1 down for Mikey Ryan, the shortstop. He comes inside and hits it.
Beard trying to come inside with the fastball. Just kind of gets away from him just a little bit. Loads the bases up here for the Wolfpack. 1 out. A little chat here from Posey. Again, he's still 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Trying to induce a ground ball here and get a double play. Got a good candidate with the catcher coming up to bat.
After that, we can go down 1 strike approach. Back inside on time.
Mound visit complete. On third base is Nixon, second is Bargo, on first is Ryan. Crowd filling in here on this spring afternoon in Tallahassee, Florida for game 2. As Drew Lanphier, the catcher, waves at a first pitch changeup. It comes up empty.
I think you're getting some fans coming over from the softball game. Softball team won 9-0, so starting to get a little group coming out from over there.
Outside corner, strike 2. Right back to that elite changeup from Beard.
You see it right here, just catching that outside corner. Good job by Carnes, framing it up a little bit as well.
Quick strikeout, 3 pitches.
3 changeups in a row, all over the place, moving them around. Doing first one down, went away with the second, comes down again over the plate. Lanphier not able to hold up. Another big strikeout for Beard.
Chavez, you've commented on the arm action of Beard right over the top, and he hides it so well. It's coming from right behind his ear.
Yeah. And then it's not just that. It's not only him hiding it, it's also just then with the arm speed that he's got. So when you do see it, you're seeing that fast arm speed. Your natural reactions is you're trying to be time up with the pitcher. So you're trying to get in rhythm with him, and then you're full swinging it, and it's a changeup. And it just, you can't do anything about it.
And then he rips a breaking ball in. Along with the fastball, he's worked on 4 or 5 pitches. He's got a main 3 that he goes to. Now the slider's a work in progress. It's a 1-1 count. Bailey, diving stop, gonna be tough. And Johnson's gonna beat it out. Run scores.
I guess the
The bat came apart.
Yeah, I think a cap broke off the end.
So that's the 3rd hit of the inning for NC State that has just kind of been floated. Exit velo 76 there. And the cap of the bat broke there.
And you see Beard, you see the frustration, and I've been there, man. As a pitcher, you're like, man, I have fooled them every single at bat this inning. They haven't hit a ball hard, and yet now they've got to run and still the bases loaded. There's nothing more frustrating as a pitcher. Good play there by Bailey, though. But Johnson with that speed, just nothing you could do.
1 run in for the Pack on 3 soft singles. Now Beard exasperated that with a hit by pitch himself to Mikey Ryan. That's what this Wolfpack team has already done this weekend. They have taken advantage of the mistakes that Florida State has made, especially last night. So he went to the fastball.
Can you see, though, what that changeup does? McHugh looked like that. He made it seem like that pitch was 110 miles an hour on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Very defensive swing there.
Swing and a miss, so Beard gets out of it. It's got to be a frustrating inning for Trey. pretty dominant, but still gives up a run somehow.
Yeah.
2-1. Go to the bottom of the second. Back here in Tallahassee, Florida State 2, NC State 1 at Dick Hauser Stadium. A lot of relationships this weekend between the Pack and the Noles. And for more on that, we go down to Ansley Topchik.
Well, Aria, we continue to talk about those connections, and Coach Avon's right-hand man, Chris Hart, was a former Seminole. He played 195 games in every single position except for pitcher and center field. And now he played under the legend Mike Martin, and Link Jarrett also on the coaching staff during that time. And after I did a little math, I saw a name that rang a bell. Chris Chavez. You played with Chris Hart. Do you have any memories of him or that team?
Oh, absolutely. Hart played on it with me my senior year in '99 that we don't like to say, but lost the national championship in Miami. And Hart was a great guy, always was learning, always around the coaches. And it's actually worked out perfect for him because he's become a great recruiter and a great coach himself.
All-around good dude, Chris Hart. And Elliot Avon told us, he said, I admired 11's program, Mike Martin Sr.'s program, so much. This 0-2 pitch misses to Stutzer, that I knew anybody associated with a guy like 11 and played for 11 would know the game of baseball. It's part of the reason I hired Chris Hart. And he's really revolutionized their offense. I mean, it has been one of the best hitting attacks in college baseball since he's gotten there.
Yeah, it has, and he's just, again, and it's not just that, it's how hard he works on the recruiting trail too. He does all the all the things that you need, and how hard he works to find these players and to help put this team together. He's done a great job at NC State.
A couple of former teammates got to grab a bite later.
Yeah.
You guys got to catch up.
Yeah, we do.
2-2 pitch. Stutzer got a little fortune there. It'll be extra bases. Into second, gliding in with a double. Softly hit, 84 miles an hour. But in this game of baseball, now both the Pack and the Noles finding out, hit them where they ain't.
That's right. Placed this thing perfect right down the line. 1-2 slider down. Actually, great piece of hitting going down and getting that pitch. And you get to see some of that elite speed from Stutzer gliding into second easy there for a double.
Stutzer, his fifth double of the season. Noles lead off with a man in scoring position as Williams shows bunt, pulls back, takes a ball.
Again on a pitch that's looked like it was right down the middle.
Williams shows bunt again, takes a strike. NC State's defense is crashing down the junior college prospect from Elmore, Alabama, Chase Williams. First start since March 7th. Shows bunt again. They're going to throw it to second as Duden stepped up. It's going to be frustrating too, right, for Duden? feels like he made a good 0-2 pitch to Stutzer, a 2-strike pitch to Stutzer, didn't get rewarded with it.
But, I mean, again, that's, like you said, same thing happened to Beard.
Totally.
How do you bounce back from it?
Lays the bunt down foul. Talking to both coaching staffs, they said it's imperative to put the ball in play, right? Elliot Avent talks about getting bat to ball. Link Jarrett, after last night's 15 strikeouts by the Seminoles, was frustrated because of the number of strikeouts looking. He said, we've got to find a way to put the fastball in play. And it worked out for NC State, right? Put the pressure on the Florida State defense to make tough plays.
And right here, I mean, you know, got 3 fastballs in a row here. You got to get the ball down and play on the bunt.
Williams, right center field, carries to the screen, and it's off the screen. Stutzer can fly. He's going to score easily. And maybe Chase Williams is unlocked. Exit velo 104, 373 projected distance, the screen catching it.
And I'll tell you what, found this funny. I know he didn't get the bunts down, which you like to see him do. One of the things that you saw them talk to him about before this started was keeping his balance in the box from the left side. He's been falling out. He did a really good job there with a double off the screen, but he also told Randy Burdett before the game, third inning, I'm gonna have something special for you. Well, he did it 1 inning early.
That's gotta feel so good for Chase Williams, who hit .342 last season with an injured left shoulder. Had to put a cap on switch hitting for the year because the shoulder was so messed up. He hit just lefty. Had that surgery in the offseason. It is a brutal surgery to come back from the labrum. And not everybody gets it right. It has been a struggle for him to figure himself back out. But a swing like that can potentially unlock a lot of different things for a baseball player throughout a long season.
It can. I mean, it only takes one when you're hitting. I mean, it's not like the kid couldn't hit. And it's not like he forgot. It's just getting things right, getting the confidence, all of that kind of coming together.
So the Seminoles answer right back. And NC State throws back to second base, partially to check on Williams, partially to see if Florida State will tip the bunt. And Bavaro did. You can see how both teams want to play this weekend. Some small ball in order. Knowing that runs might be at a premium against some of the best pitching staffs in the country. There's a strike as Bavaro watches it on the outside corner. 2 staffs, top 5 in the ACC in team ERA. NC State came in at 2nd, Florida State at 4th. Clemson leads the league, and team ERA coming to the weekends. And not a clinic from Bavaro here on laying down the bunt as he fouls it away.
Yeah, that's 2 batters in a row for the Noles, not being able to get the bunt down. Worked out last at bat, but typically it usually doesn't.
Bavaro batting .367. Stays alive on the heater. You see the best one today that Duden has thrown at 98. Was used to seeing him as a closer, right? 97, 99, triple digits with the slider that was plus.
But he can still showing you, hey, when I need to run it up there, I can run it up there.
And then when you have a breaking ball like that, it is a dynamite put-away pitch.
I'll tell you what, that's by far the best slider he's thrown today, too, velocity-wise and spin rate-wise. You see it right here, and that just vanishes. Bavaro thinks he's on it, and it just dies out of the zone. Great pitch there from Duden.
One down on the inning. Good response there from Duden, trying to also now catch Williams napping. He gets the uniform dirty. Garnet tops, white pants for Florida State. That is a smooth look.
It's a good look.
With the FS on the chest. Back to the breaking ball, which he trusts. And for a strike for Duden. pulled foul, now 0-2.
Another good slider. See this one, he just stretches it even more. He mixes in the fastball right here to kind of elevate it and then go back to it. There's an elevated fastball, 99 that time. And now as a hitter, I mean, you have to realize what he's probably trying to do here. Bury that slider down and away. Or does he just hump up and throw it by him?
Exactly that. Ran it by Fisher for another strikeout.
Yeah. Good life on that pitch too, 97. Running in his hands. You see it right here, light life right here at the end. Thing just kept running. Tied Fisher all up.
Top of the order. Leadoff man Braden Dow. Hits this one hard, but right to second base where Nixon was in the perfect spot. 106 exit velocity off the bat. But due to nice response after the back-to-back doubles, Chase Williams extends Florida State's lead.
Yep, after Stutzer with the double down the line. You get Williams getting one off the screen for her first really big hit of the year for FSU, and you see his excitement to get the Noles back even more on the lead, 3-1.
Florida State added one in the bottom of the second. Both teams scoring in the second. In this 3-1 ball game, NC State will send Ty Head, Sherman Johnson, and Luke Nixon, 3-4-5, to the plate in the third. First pitch was a strike, second pitch a ball. Ty had some of the best pure speed in the ACC. Now ahead 2-1. You see Beard, 48 pitches already as we begin the third inning. Be interested to see how long Florida State leaves him out there as the 2-1 is hit the other way foul. Capped him at 90 pitches against Wake Forest. And Trey told us, he said, I was pleading my case for at least another batter against the Deacons. Had a shutout going, 6 2/3. They are trying to be careful with Beard in his ramp up. 93 that time with the fastball, so you see him adding a little heat as he rears back. But Javi, he lost nearly 15 pounds with the stomach bug. Yeah. And that delayed the entire ramp up for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it really did. It kind of pushed everything back. Good pitch there, good changeup, good job by Head laying off. Like you said, he's just now starting to really get into the form that they knew he could be at.
Terrific piece of hitting by Ty Head. Took the off speed, didn't try to do too much. And up the middle for a knock. That is the 4th hit for the Pack.
Yeah, good job by Head with his hands here, keeping his hands back. Another really good pitch from Beard down. He keeps those hands back and able to just slap it right back up the middle for a base hit. Great piece of hitting.
First pitch to Johnson misses. Third baseman for NC State. Seminole fans will remember a Sherman Johnson that roamed at third base for the Noles back in the early 2010s. There's a strike.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player for the Noles. Sherman could pick it and swing it. Did it well at the next level also.
1-1 got Johnson out of his shoes on the changeup.
And that's the other thing, too, with the changeup. You get some of these guys that it looks so big coming at them, and they try to swing out of their shoes when they try not to keep those hands back.
And the 1-2. Head stays put at first. Good take there from Johnson. Johnson, 16-game on base streak extended. I should say it was 15, now it's 16. After last night with the base hit. Doesn't have a ton of swing or miss in his game. A lot of balance. He was originally an Arkansas commit that NC State was able to change his mind and get him to Raleigh. Another check on Head, who's top 5 in the ACC in steals. Number 1 this year is Tyler Albright at Duke. It's this to left field. Williams going back on it, shy of the track, and he makes the grab. Johnson, good swing there on a changeup. Exit velocity at 100 miles an hour. The game of baseball giveth and taketh away. That time probably deserved a base hit and didn't get rewarded.
Yeah, well, I think they've got about 3 more missiles to hit to get out for the ones that they've had fall in.
You and I impressed by this NC State lineup last night. Our first look at them, a mix of athleticism, speed, power, well balanced. Served into center in front of Dowd. Head first to third. And he's got the bag. Corner to corner.
And Head showing that speed right there, because that ball's hit pretty well to center field at 101, and he was able to get to third pretty easy. I know he slid, but he got in there pretty easy. And they're just showing his elite speed. But this is part of the team that you talked about, why we liked them so much, is just the hustle that they have. Everything they do is 110 miles an hour. They run the bases well and hard, even on ground outs. I mean, I think they had 3 ground outs that we had replays on because they were bang at first base.
Terrific base running team, too, is NC State. And that was Nixon's second hit, by the way, of the ballgame. The junior's 2 for 2.
Yep.
He's got 4 hits on the weekends. Got to be careful with him as well, like we said in the last at bat.
I don't think he'll be at first much longer.
Fraseman fights off a good pitch. Catches a piece foul. 1-1. Fraseman, a strikeout in the second, batting in the 6th hole. Here this evening, he was in the cleanup spot last night behind McHugh. Check to first. Now Ty Head at third base, paying attention to what Beard does. And if their throw goes down to second base, he is fast enough and plenty of pace to get home to make things interesting.
100%.
Breaking ball a little high, and it's 2-1. Hitters count. Now it's 3-1. Three-one pitch. Fastball top of the zone. Frazeman lines it backwards.
Yeah, he's frustrated. But again, when you're seeing all speed, all speed, all speed, that fastball is going to jump on you, especially when you elevate it a little bit like that.
Frazeman began his career at Lincoln Trail, a junior college, before 11 home runs for NC State last season. Has hit just 1 home run this season, but does have 7 doubles and a triple. So the extra base hits are still there. Only had 12 doubles last year. That triple coming against Boston College last weekend. His average at .333 currently. Big opportunity here. Top of the 3rd. Full count. Swing and a miss. To the changeup. All reliable for the 6th strikeout and 2nd out of the inning.
It's just so hard to lay off this thing, and it shows you. Frazeman's dialed in. He had just gotten the fastball up. Then you get that changeup. Again, looks like it's at knee high, and then it just dives down and out of the zone. And you see Beard's line, 5 hits, but 6 strikeouts. And some pressure situations here, too. And there's more of that kind of slider, kind of cutter thing. I call it that because it's you sometimes don't know with him with the spin rate on some of his pitches.
Hybriding those 2 words would not be appropriate.
No, at all.
Nope.
But I try to make it work.
Not family friendly. 91-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. My buddies will text it to me sometimes. We'll get a good laugh in the group chat.
Yeah. And this right here, though, is a situation where he can kind of go wherever he wants to. Bargo right now has to be kind of sitting off speed, you would think, but
went to the fastball.
Yep, able to fight it off.
You can tell that's a dude who's taken a lot of big at-bats
Yeah.
at many different big levels. He started his career at Mizzou in the SEC before going to Tennessee. 5 home runs this season, has battled injury, missed a handful of games. That time a swing and a miss. And Trey Beard escapes the inning yet again. A self-contained fire extinguisher is Trey Beard. You can see Bargo frustrated, but the poise of a Beard.
Yeah, and he's been able to show all his off-speed pitches today and been able to get out of huge situations and gets the Noles back in the dugout with that strikeout with a 3-1 lead.
Florida State leads NC State 3-1. Duden back on the bump. And for more on the Saturday starter of NC State, go back down to Ansley.
Well, he was previously a closer, reliever, and has been at the back of the bullpen for the past 2 years. He did help lead NC State to Omaha as a freshman, and this past summer, he went to Coach Avon and said, I want to be a starter. He committed to it, put in the work that entails, developing a third pitch and commanding that strike zone, and Coach describing him as a really disciplined guy that has absolutely earned this spot. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Inslee, to your point, 11 combined saves in 2 seasons at NC State before making the move. And NC State pitching coach, Coach Chrysler, told D1Baseball.com they had really worked on him this fall, becoming more fastball predominant. The slider is major league ready right now, but as a starter, you got to be able to throw the heater. 4 strikes as Putnam hits the slider that time. Right to the shortstop, Ryan, for round number 1. Then they added a sinker and a changeup, and he doesn't go to it a ton, but just enough to try and have more of a pitch mix and allow him to work deeper into ball games. Not a bad job today, at least. He did give up the home run to Bailey, and Williams was able to tag him as well, but 37 pitches early in the 3rd, kind of the idea of what NC State wants, moving from a back end of the bullpen guy to a weekend rotation.
Yeah, and you get another chance right here at Bailey right now. But you talked about it, how he's come in, and you look at his numbers. I mean, when you can have 40 strikeouts to 40 walks coming into the day, it just tells you how he commands the strike zone, like Ainsley said.
Bailey chops that one foul. And Clint Chrysler, and talking to D1Baseball.com, said just trying to get him to flip his mindset, be aggressive, but still be okay with a 7-pitch inning and pitching to contact, speaking on Duden. Now the adjustment here to Bailey, and a 1-1 count, who took him nearly 450 feet for his 11th homer of the year in his previous at-bat. Not a bad idea, 98, inside corner, just a little too far inside.
Yeah, that was, again, missing to your location. That's not a bad thing. That keeps the next pitch still set up. Good job by Bailey laying off that changeup. And again, that's a pitch I'm sure Elliott would like to see, Coach Avent would like to see a little bit more taken off, but, you know, us as pitching coaches now, I'm not so worried about speed as I am, the velocity as I am arm speed.
Works the walk, and that's his 26th walk of the season. Top 5 in the ACC in that mark. Matter of fact, it's 2nd. And Bailey coming into the year was ranked as the 95th overall draft prospect by MLB.com. He ranged anywhere from 80 to 110 different sites. So that's squarely in the 3rd round mix, but he has played his way up the draft boards. They want to see him work on the swing and miss. Still does have those 25 strikeouts. And now he's...
But again, you know, my argument to that is if you're a scout, you do it. Every power hitter that's in the big league strikes out. Every single one of them. And so none of them have non-swing and miss stuff. Not even Aaron Judge. So what are we looking at here? What are we talking about? You got a guy who's got raw power as good as anyone in the big leagues, who plays defense as good as anyone, I promise you, at the college level at first base. So you talk about swing and miss. I get it. He does have swing and miss, but he also has absolutely damaging power, and that's what you see in the big leagues.
And the draft is kind of yo-yoed, right, over the last couple of seasons. Kurtz, who was considered by many generational first base prospect, was taken only in the top 35.
Yep.
But then the year before that, you had 4 guys at first base taken in the 1st round, including a Caglione. So the draft kind of figures itself out. But Bailey, depending on how this draft class shakes out, could find himself in the 1st round.
But look at Dylan Cruz. I mean, he's a great example of being a high draft pick out of LSU who didn't swing and miss much and now just got demoted because he can't do it at the big league level. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. You're going to have swings and misses when you draft people. Bailey's not a swing and, a miss. He's not a miss. I get it. He swings and misses, no pun intended, but he's not going to be a miss when he goes to that next level.
See a lot of scouts there. They like what they see from Bailey. Talked to a couple this weekend. As Paulino up the middle. And the Wolfpack make their first mistake in the defense of the weekends. That was tough for Mikey Ryan. It was a slow hit ball at just 67 miles an hour exit velocity. Kind of similar to the ball McHugh hit yesterday that found the grass in center. Ryan ranges over, and I think he's trying to toss the ball to the bag before he has it.
Well, it also has a spin on it, too. When you get jammed like that in the cue ball and you see it, it gets in his glove, and he's trying to get that feel, and that ball spinning still as it gets in his glove. I mean, trust me, it's a play that I promise you he'll tell you he should make every day, but it's still a tough play.
The scoreboard has given that an error. We'll see if the stats feed that comes our way agrees with that. Still trying to update.
I mean, you got to give it an error.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough play, don't get me wrong, but it's an error.
Regardless, it's 2 on and 1 down for Hunter Carnes. Ryan to second for 1. The turn to first. Double play. Mikey redeems himself there. And a terrific pick by Bargo at first. Florida State. The threat extinguished by Duden. The gorgeous campus of Florida State University, and a picture-perfect day here in Tallahassee. Established in 1851, one of the best public schools in America. The degree worth a lot here in Tallahassee. Enrollment over 46,000. Burt Reynolds, Myron Roll, some notable alumni.
Some good ones there.
You got to give the president a lot of credit over the last couple of years, last few that we've had. They have done a lot of work to try and academically improve Florida State over the last 10, 15 years and have bumped them into a top 25 public institution. It's one of the best public institutions in the ACC.
Yeah, it's a great one. Obviously, one of my, it's one of dear to my heart. I'd probably put it in the top 1.
Mikey Ryan, 1-1 pitch, drives it out to center field. Park will hold it. And Dowd has it, a couple steps shy of the track for the first out.
Now batting, number 15, Drew Lantier.
Keeping an eye on Trey Beard here, as that one's high and inside. 72 pitches. No doubt NC State would love to get Beard out after the 4th or 5th inning. A Florida State bullpen that saw John Abraham throw 70 pitches yesterday, or near it, 67. It's the top arm in the pen, and the only one that's been reliable all season long. And the Noles burned him in a loss to try and keep the deficit at 1. And that's something as you look at the weekends and how it plays out when you're trying to win 2 out of 3. The Wolfpack playing the long game here to try and win the war and not just the battle.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think obviously now you're the Noles pitching, the coaching staff, you're hoping you can get 5 from Beard.
And Beard's been effective. 7 strikeouts as we're in the 4th inning. Just that 1 walk, couple of soft singles for NC State.
But the reason, though, is he's been full count a lot today, so that pitch count's really gone up. And see, that's right there. I know for Beard, he's frustrated. First off, Beard always gets frustrated. He does not like walking people. But when you walk the 9-hole guy, that really kind of digs in your crawl.
Top of the order, Red Johnson. First pitch, Johnson spits on it. 2 big hits last night. Couple of doubles, 2 RBIs. He's been on base both times today in game 2. Walk in the first and a single in the second. There's a strike.
I'll tell you what, right before that pitch, Johnson's eyes were cutting right when Beard was coming set, looking at that third baseman, trying to see where he was at. He was thinking bunt. That just shows you kind of what he is, a perfect leadoff guy. He's going to take what you give him. If I got to swing it, I'll swing it, but if you're going to leave that open for me down there, I'm going to take that bunt. You see him did it again right there. He's always going to glance down there and take a look.
Now 3-1. Johnson moved to the leadoff spot in game 3 against Boston College. And everything that the Pack could want in a leadoff man. Defensively, a center field profile, playing left field due to the way Ty Head plays in center field. Grew up an NC State fan. As he works a walk, back-to-back walks, rare for Beard. And the Pack have something cooking here in the 4th.
Yeah, Chris Kinnear getting loose. Pin, Posey coming out, talk to him. I think just try to slow him down a little bit because everything's just a little up out of the zone, which tells me his timing's just a little off. Needs to make sure he gets to his balanced position. Not rush through it. Let that arm catch up. And again, now we got 1 out, 2-hole guy, so you don't have to worry about bunt right here.
Season high in pitches for Beard is 90. That was against Wake Forest last weekend in Winston-Salem. Through 72 pitches the week prior against NKU, 67 pitches against the Citadel.
And the situation here with 82 pitches, you talk about, hey, his pitch count can go up, and that's fine for your pitch count to go up, but a lot of these pitches today have been high pressure pitches, which is a little more stressful on your arm. So it'll be interesting to see how much more they let him go over that 90-95 pitch count.
1 down in the inning for McHugh. Beard struggling to find strike 1. Especially on first pitches here in the 4th inning. And that gets to the backstop. Both runners advance.
You see this fastball here down, that can't get by the catcher. Carnes has got to make that play.
Yeah, Beard's lost the zone.
Yeah, he's completely, you just don't see this from him, and he has completely lost it.
Walk here to McHugh. It's the 3rd of the inning, 3rd straight.
And you see him talking to himself. And this, again, this is just even his body language. You don't see this from Beard much. He's usually very calm and collective.
This is what the NC State lineup is capable of doing, putting pressure on opposing arms. So versatile. A lot of different profiles. And again, this is every pitch this inning. Every first pitch of the inning has been a ball, including to Mikey Ryan, who we got a fly out from. 1-0. Swing and a miss there. I wonder if you're Ty Head, I get being aggressive. That might have aided Trey Beard.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, too, with Beard, the one thing you will see, though, is the velocity on the fastball is still there and actually bumped up another mile an hour or two, to be honest with you.
Bases full of the pack. Another fastball fouled back by Head. And now Beard is ahead of Ty Head. Hit softly, Putnam dropped it. Coming home for the force, and it's caught there. It's a force out. Carnes doesn't need to tag the runner. It's a big out. That's the second out of the inning. Boy, they make it interesting on you.
I mean, goodness.
Awareness level.
The only thing I can think is he thought this ball was hit a little bit harder, so it was going to carry more than it did. He just over-jumped it. Luckily enough, he stayed under control, and Carnes got to realize there, you don't have to tag him. Just go out there and catch the ball. It's a force out.
Lee Jarrett's upset. He's out of the dugout.
And I don't blame him on this one. That's a strike. That's a strike. I know Beard hasn't been around the plate, but that ball's right there. And you like seeing it. Link coming out like that, sticking up for his team, sticking up for his pitcher. I mean, after last night, too, and I get it, it's been both ways on coaches, but that's a strike. That's belly button high. That's a strike.
Yeah, I think college umps sometimes are glad ABS is not a thing at this level.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day. Umpire called a pitch right down the middle of the ball, immediate ABS, and it showed it down the middle.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel good for an umpire.
And again,
this is up.
Same thing right there. And now I think he's taking this out. That's a great pitch. That's a strike.
Yeah.
It's belt high.
2-0 here to Johnson. And you get the sarcastic applause for Harrison Silverman, who's had a tough day behind home plate. Boy, Greg Street had a tough night last night, too.
Yep.
Heads up in the Seminole dugout. I think to be fair, it's been both teams.
It has. It has.
The Pack have an argument, too. I think Elliott Avon's just in a different position right now, having won a game in the series.
Right. No doubt. It has been both sides. I don't want it to seem like that. It has been both ways, for sure.
2-2. Hit on the ground. Fisher can't handle it. And it's going to score a run. My goodness gracious.
You see this, Beard again makes his pitch, gets what he wants, a ground ball. And Fisher just having a really tough weekend right now.
Quickly an error put up on the board on Fisher, his third of the weekend. This one hit hard, and that's going to drop. Nixon. Nothing about that one. There's a 2-run score.
And this is what happens when you can't field the ball. Because then things start to snowball.
And that's going to be it for Beard.
Yeah, Nixon with his third hit of the game right there.
So NC State leads 4-3. Taking advantage of Florida State's defense that just completely has lost the plot this weekend. You feel for Beard. Pitched much better than the line will indicate. Had NC State far more fooled than him leaving in the fourth. Didn't get a ton of help from the guys behind him or his catcher. But also didn't aid his own cause with a couple of walks this inning. An umpire not giving him much to work with, and he's going to exit in the fourth.
BK, ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv.
So all out-of-market games, live or on demand, plus all your favorite sports on ESPN. We need to tell the people, Carl.
We're doing it right now.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. All out-of-market games, live or on demand, all in one place.
Chris Kinnear on the mounds for Florida State in relief of Trey Beard, the junior from Jensen Beach. And his job's simple. Try and get Florida State back in the dugout, just down to one.
Again, Kinnear, when he's on, when he's seeing everything good, you're going to get the elevated fastball well with the good breaking ball down in the zone. There's that breaking ball there. He will mix in the split finger as well.
Quickly 2 balls to Frazeman. Frazeman 0 for 2 today. A couple of strikeouts against Beard. 3-0. There's a strike. Two on, 2 down. Another walk in the inning.
I'll tell you what, as a coaching staff, there's nothing more frustrating
First baseman, Dalton Bargo.
than going in and getting a reliever and not getting them to throw strikes. And now in a situation like this, you had the righty up, now you got a guy in Bargo who's been killing the baseball all weekend.
First pitch ball here to Bargo. Single in the second for Bargo, a strikeout in the third. Bargo's numbers there on your screen. Playing first base today. McHugh went to DH. 1-1. Now 2.
That one looked like Kinnear was more trying to just kind of place that in there instead of throwing it.
Now 3-1. Another one will walk in a run. Johnson's at third base, Nixon at second, and Friesman at first. Florida State bodies.
Looks like Bodie Purcell getting loose.
3-1, hit to right field. Bargo just missed it. And he hit it right at Stutzer. Boy, that is a tough break there for Bargo, and he knows, just missed it. Florida State, though, escapes any more damage. A 3 spot for the Pack has given them the lead in Game 2. Well, here's Duden. He's got to feel a lot better about where it stands now. He settled in pretty nicely after a couple of big hits from Florida State early in the game.
And now he's going to need to settle in probably a little more, you would think, getting the lead.
Florida State will go to Stutzer, Williams, Bavaro, 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Stutzer doubled in the second. That rolled the ball just inside
that
the
one
line.
got Lanphier right there on the foul tip.
I think every man understands the pain.
Oof.
That is immediate sympathy. All you can do is try and smile. Good to see Drew's okay.
Yeah. Toughest guys on the field behind the plate.
Yeah. He's as tough as they get. Stutzer's got his second hit. Adjusted to a breaking ball. And he's on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, both his hits on the slider today. First one was down and out of the zone. He was able to go down and get. This one hangs a little bit. Still out front a little bit, but able to pull it in the left field for a base hit.
Williams trying to bunt there, just couldn't figure it out.
And bunting right through it. Someone with his speed Really needs to work on that aspect of the game a little bit.
Yeah, the fundamentals for Florida State today, not what you would put on a tape to send out to kids everywhere. Not defensively, not bunting.
I promise you that'll be addressed with this coaching staff. Link Jarrett will not put up with that.
Well, he fouls this one away. Now, last weekend against Wake Forest, give Florida State a ton of credit. Went up on the road, beat Wake 3 times, and swept them. But the counterpoint to that is there was no pressure put on the Noles at all the whole weekend. They led in every game. Wake, quite honestly, looked a little lifeless throughout. Some of that was the starting pitching that really shut it down. But the Noles having to actually battle against a legit team in NC State who's got a lot of fire and attitude and personality that reminds you of their head coach in Elliott Avin. This is a new chapter of the season for this FSU team. Their only other weekend of tests has been in Arlington, and that's a weird environment. It's stale, not a ton of fanfare.
No, everything echoes in that place.
80% empty, Arlington in the Rangers Park, and you're playing 3 different opponents, everyone trying to figure themselves out. Very cool for college baseball. Doesn't really teach you a whole lot about your team as you're trying to figure things out. So the Noles are still learning, and Link Jarrett's been adamant about that. I'm still trying to figure out this group. But we're going to look a lot different in May than we do in March. The same can be said about NC State. The number of times Elliott Avin told us, I don't know, when we asked him a question on the bullpen.
Yeah, and he's still feeling. Great pitch there from Duden. Good changeup.
Strikeout of Williams for the out.
You see this movement on that pitch, beautiful. Good arm speed. Williams out in front.
Inside corner to Bavaro for a strike.
Good looking slider. The inner half there. Kind of freezing Bavaro up.
Stutzer going on the pitch. Landfield, good throw. And the tag, not in time. Stutzer able to stay on the bag on the heavy slide. He's got his 6th stolen base of the year.
Stutzer getting a good jump here. Good throw by Lamphere.
Really good throw.
Good job from Stutzer getting in here. Like you said, heavy slide, almost going over the bag, but able to stay on there, hold on. He does a good job of keeping that hand, and that hand going straight to foot when that hand comes off.
Bavaro up the middle. Stop there. And saving a run was Nixon. But it'll be an infield hit. For Bavaro. Man, you've got to give a ton of credit to Nixon. That is a wonderful job of knocking the ball down. If that ball gets to center field, Stutzer ties this game easily.
Yeah, you see it's a chopper here, and it has a lot of top spin. Anytime that hits that turf first, that second hop is going to jump. It did it last night to Fisher.
That was a wicked, wicked bounce.
I know Fisher would really like to come in right now and get a big hit.
Fisher shows bunt. Again,
safety squeeze.
Florida State bunting. My goodness, today. Really this weekend.
Yeah, it's been last night and today.
It'll make the baseball purist in you cringe.
A lot.
See the shift there? Playing Fisher to pull. Entire right side of the infield open for anything backside.
Again, I mean, they're going to give it to you. Take it.
98 with the fastball that time from Duden. 2-1.
I mean, Fisher's not even hiding it now. Fisher's going ahead just saying, hey, I'm going to get this thing to the first base side, and you're going to give it to me with Stutzer's speed.
Fisher can place this thing in between the pitcher and the first baseman. There's nobody there to cover. He shows bunt, bunts it. It's going to trickle foul.
Thing is, in a situation like that, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to put it on the line.
Two-two pitch. And chopped foul. Stutzer does move well. One of the fastest guys on the team at third base. So Fisher can find a way to put this ball in play. It looks like NC State's given up the run for an out. Duden does have that slider. Goes to the fastball. And it's going to do the job. Stutzer scores, ties the game at 4. And the RBI ground out from Fisher.
Take them any way you can get them right now if you're the Noles. Fisher gets jammed is enough to get it by the pitcher and slow enough that they couldn't turn it. Worked out.
You surprised Duden went to the fastball?
No, because he had beat him last time with it inside. He just didn't get it quite in as much as he did last time.
So Navarro gets to second base. Runner in scoring position. Noles flip the lineup. Back to the top. Outside corner for a strike.
See this pitch here on the white line. But again, that floating plate. Same spot, this time's a ball, so kind of moved on him again. Good pitch from Duden, though. I'm going to go right there, too, this time with the changeup.
Outside 2-1 to Dowd. Braden's 0 for 2 in this game. A fly out in the first, ground out in the second. Braden was 2 for 4 last night in game 1, had an RBI as well. Check swing on high heat. Did go around, 2-2.
If he elevates here again, or if he goes to that changeup.
Hit out to left field. Going back. Running catch made out there by Johnson. Can this kid play or what? Robs Dowd of extra bases. And Florida State taking the lead. Red Johnson, it's been his weekend. Noles do get one back, but how about the defense? Got on his horse.
Tell you what, last night it was his offense. Today it's been his base running and his defense. Gets on his horse and makes a great play in left field to maintain a tie going into this inning for the Wolfpack.
Florida State flying high, circus 1 of 2 on campus. Part of what makes Hauser unique, it's the backdrop, also the fan base. One of the unique fan bases in college baseball. For more on them, we go to Ansley.
Dick Hauser, a one-of-a-kind environment, and Coach Elliott knows that. But he said, I'm trying not to bring attention to it, especially those animals. They're crazy, they love their Seminoles, they're wild. And he said, that's the last thing his guys need. They have so much to worry about between Florida State pitching, defense, and hitting that the animals of Section B, we can't pay any attention to them. Back to you guys.
Ansley, they make it hard on opposing teams and really everyone else not to pay attention to them. They are good at what they do, and they've done it for years.
They're the best at what they do. I'll go that far and say they're the best at what they do and how they do it.
Johnny Mack's in an apron.
Hey.
And a chef's cap.
Yeah, the chef's cap. Sometimes, and then tomorrow he'll be in a gold jacket.
Yeah, that's what makes college baseball a lot of fun, man.
Yep.
This is the unique, the fandom, the different environments, and you can go around college baseball. And shout out to the Pac-9, right, and what they do in Raleigh. That's an underrated environment. The ACC packed with passionate fans everywhere. Hopefully this sport continues to grow. It's been loved by many in the Southeast and on the West Coast, but it's starting to find its way all the way throughout college baseball.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do, too, you're seeing, the talent get so much better at every level part of it, meaning whether it's the mid-majors, not just the Power 4 schools. It's making it more fun to go watch.
I give the fans a lot of credit in Tallahassee as this 0-2 pitch misses to Mikey Ryan, specifically this weekend. And you've got spring break for Florida State, so thousands of students who usually come to the game aren't here. It's spring break for the elementary, middle, and high schools, so a lot of families have been enjoying the beaches of Florida. As this one popped up, Bailey battling the sun makes the grab. And that retires Ryan. But still, the Noles put over 5,000 in the ballpark last night.
Yeah, and it was a good crowd. And it's gotten a little bit more. They're starting to slowly fill in. Like you said, the softball game finished, so some of the people had filled in.
FSU softball routinely averages over 1,000 people a ball game over there. So when these games start at the same time, fans got to choose what they want to go see. And I don't blame them for wanting to go see Issa Torres, who might be one of the best softball players in Florida State history, no doubt, but right now in college softball, too.
I mean, when you're hitting almost 700, I mean, that's saying a lot.
And that program has a national championship, too.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
that's after that, it really skyrocketed the fandom and the softball game that continues to grow with the ESPN family of networks and the coverage that they provide. Swinging to miss this. And all that being said, to have the crowd that you have at Hauser this weekend, it wasn't the ideal time for a top 11 matchup on spring break.
Yeah.
But they've still done their part. And you could hear it last night, late in the game. There's a strike. Two-two pitch. This is high to Lanfear, the catcher. 9-hole hitter. Misses low on a walk.
In another one of those situations, too, though, right there in the 9-hole hitter, you'd like for them to be swinging instead of throwing them a breaking ball.
This was earlier today at softball. See a great crowd on hand, a beautiful weekend. Newly renovated Graff Fields. Florida State winning the series against Cal. Going for the sweep tomorrow. There's a strike. Last I checked, were the Noles top 10 in softball? I believe they're at 10 coming into the weekend, if I have my numbers correctly. Oh, one high. Top of the order So one of the rookie sensations in the ACC early in the season. Hit on the ground, and that eats up Putnam. Rinse and repeat right now for Florida State's infield.
Yeah, tough day right now for the defense. Kinnear getting exactly what he wants right here, a ground ball. Putnam not able to come up with it. Another error for the Noles.
And it's tough to beat a team like NC State, let alone once, when you can't play the fundamentals of it. They take advantage of every mistake. That is what elite ball clubs do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play a clean game.
It's the number of extra outs that a lineup like NC State can feast on. Right, like a kid like Rhett Johnson doesn't need any extra help. He's already barreling the baseball this weekend, playing at a high level. That's the third error on Florida State. The cue the other way, hit it hard but foul. The tick behind. Two-two pitch. Floated out into right field. Running catch there by Stutzer. The athleticism on display. So a job well done for Florida State defensively on that play from the outfield.
Yeah, Stutzer had a good jump on that ball.
Center fielder Ty Head.
Now here's Ty Head. You've got to give a shout out. The power of the internet on Twitter. Billy D, who let me know that Ty Head's sister Taylor Head played volleyball at Florida State.
Very
and
cool.
that does check out. 2024 and 2025 after transferring out of the SEC from Arkansas. So another relationship that brings these two programs together this weekend.
Another very cool tidbit.
Wonder if Taylor's here watching Ty play in Tallahassee. Popped up. And perhaps the Noles are going to get out of this as Fisher, battling the sun, makes the grab. 4-4, bottom of the fifth. Due up here in game two. Special weekend in Tallahassee honoring the 1986 national runner-up team for the Seminoles before first pitch.
Tell you what, that team was exciting to watch. I grew up watching that team, chasing foul balls around this park when I was a kid. Mike Loyne, Richie Lewis, Barry Blackwell, guys like that. National championship runner-up team. losing Arizona in the national championship game. Man, they had some special players on that team, and just they played the game right.
Pretty cool for you, right? Growing up in Tallahassee, idolizing some of these Seminole teams.
Yep.
Getting your baseballs and memorabilia signed by those guys and then getting to put on the jersey yourself in the 90s.
It really was. You know, we moved away after I was 10, and it was just a dream to come back here and to get an opportunity to play baseball here was that dream come true kind of thing, you know. But you grew up watching teams like that, and it kind of just followed suit for so long here. Just a normal thing to go to Omaha.
0-1 pitch to Putnam, fouled away 0-2. Putnam's been on base once, officially 0 for 1. He did walk in the first. Here's the O Canada starting. You get a lot of questions about O Canada, and I know you got a lot of NC State fans watching this weekend, probably asking that question. Some of them already know, but for those who don't, a lot of Noles fans obviously know. They started in the late 80s in the Calgary Winter Olympics. It was a joke. It was supposed to be something fun that the unique and quirky animals do. It led to a rally as one of the animals just started singing it randomly. Putnam fouls that one away. They did it the next day. Florida State, again, another rally. And a tradition is born.
Yep.
And they've never stopped since the late 80s. I think it was 88, Calgary Olympics.
And does not miss a game, ever. Home game. And if they're on the road, you're going to get on the road game.
I did want to ask him, this Winter Olympics, USA-Canada hockey final. That's awkward.
Yeah.
Kind of can't do it when you're fighting for a goal.
That's right.
Shout out Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
Bringing it home. Wasn't a miracle on ice this time.
No.
Really good American team put together.
100%.
1-2 pitch to Putnam. Foul back on 98. You see Duden still has a little bit extra left in that tank when he wants it.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. And actually creeping up a little bit more consistently. Well, earlier it was at 95, 96, touching 98. Now it's been 97, 98.
1-2 pitch to Putnam. Skips in there.
And Duden creeping on that 75 pitch mark now.
Swing and a miss for the first out. Strikeout for Duden, his 5th.
And going back to the slider there, 88 miles an hour. Love this location. Starting it on the black, just off the plate. Down out of the zone.
Fastball run by Bailey. That was good on good. Bailey took a hack that was attempting to get it back to the circus tent over there.
And again, 98. Like I said, the velocity is actually picking up for him as the game is going on.
That one misses inside. 99 that time. Javi, what was the mindset for you as a pitcher on the bump when you knew some of the fiercest dude in the opposing team lineup was coming up?
Just execute. I mean, you have to execute your pitches. If you miss to your spot.
Right center. Bailey didn't miss that time. It's a 2-home run game for Miles Bailey. He is instant box office.
I tell you what, I peeked over the edge here just watching all the scouts all of a sudden grabbing iPads and notepads and writing everything down. Going, we may be wrong. This guy should be first round. He has definitely worth the money and admission for tickets to see him play.
110 exit velocity, 427 projected distance, a 2 home run game. For Bailey, has Florida State back in front. Another curtain call there for Bailey. Slider there got Paulino. And for Miles, 2 more home runs today, now put him at 12 on the year. And that pitch was below the zone and it was called a strike. Wow.
Man, it's getting to the point now, it's just, I mean, flip a coin back there almost. And you see Ty just calling him over here, just trying to give him a break. Ty doesn't even want him to walk back down there yet. I think Ty's kind of, but Link, you can see the frustration, Coach Jarrett. And again, it's been both ways.
One-two pitch, reached out and poked back.
Again, look at it. I mean, and you gotta love it when Bailey hits him, because what's so great about it is he knows when he gets him, and his pose that he has at the end is just, it's unbelievable.
Bailey talked about the adjustments he had to make. Really over the last 10 games, team just started to readjust to him, trying to get in on his hands with spin and with heaters. And he sought some advice from some big-time names, namely James Tibbs and Fred McGriff, the crime dog.
Yeah, I thought the crime dog was one that I really, obviously you love Tibbsy, talking to somebody who's been here recently. When you get the crime dog talking to you, letting you know some things that you need to work on because he considers you similar to what he was. Pretty cool.
And a walk there to Paulino. By the way, more on Bailey. 12 home runs now. Tie him for the ACC lead with Tage Davis of Louisville. I was trying to do that math as fast as I could. Googling everything. Davis hasn't homered this weekend.
Need good internet.
They're playing right now against Carolina. Now, I bet you Tage won't care because Louisville's up 2-0 at North Carolina right now in the 7th.
Yeah, he'd be happy with that victory.
The ACC on any given day. You just never know. That's what makes this league so good. Could they get double-digit teams in the regionals again? Could they get 3 or 4 national seeds or 5 or 6 hosts? It's going to depend on how the season matriculates.
Yeah, and definitely
these two
like you
teams
said,
both will be in that conversation for hosting and potentially a national seed.
And it's like you said, how bad do they beat up on each other through the year? All these teams.
First pitch swinging from Carnes, counted off the end of the bat. Into center for an out.
Yeah, I got a slider there. It's definitely off the end. Dude now creeping up, getting close to 100 pitches. 92.
First pitch heater to Stutzer in on the hands, fouled back at 96. Step in the right direction for Stutzer today in ACC competition, a double and a single. 2 for 2. Did have a grand slam last Sunday at Wake Forest in the 12-6 Knowles victory. Watches the heater for a strike there.
Yeah, definitely sitting something off speed there. Pitch just froze him up.
Number 1 freshman in the ACC to make it to campus according to D1Baseball.com coming into the year as he goes down on 3 pitches. 98 from Duden. The stuff's still electric from Duden, but he's been beaten by Bailey twice today. His second home run, another tape measure shot. Miles Bailey, another home run for Florida State today. He's got a pair. And all three of his home runs this weekend against Pac pitching have given Florida State the lead. 8 home runs in his last 9 games. And you look at the smaller sample set of last weekend at Wake Forest, the midweek against Bethune-Cookman, and this weekend's against NC State. He's got 6 over the last 2 weekends and 1 midweek game.
He's got 5 in ACC play already in only 2 series.
That's
Not even
special.
2 full series.
I was talking to a scout who joked, and he said, you know, the 20 to 80 grade for power. And he said, we're going to have to create a different scale for Bailey. We're going to have to tick it up over 80.
Yeah, it might be 85, 90.
And it is special, and it's one of those rare guys you come through college baseball that you just don't quite see. And you see the build of a defensive end. Link Jarrett has joked he's like Jared Verse in the body. Former first-round pick for Florida State on the gridiron.
Yep.
Rookie of the year for the Rams. New pitcher is Purcell for Florida State. Transfer from USC. Junior from California. See the numbers, 3.86 ERA in 7 innings. Strike 3 on Johnson on the outside corner. Johnson didn't agree with it. It's the first half of the inning.
Purcell coming in with the metrics he has on this fastball. You see him 0-2. And again, we talked about the floating plate. That ball's way off the plate. But again, the Noles getting the call there. They've kind of deserved it. They've had a bunch go against them here.
I don't blame Sherman Johnson there.
Not at all.
That was, yeah. Again, this might be a game of survival for both teams.
Yeah.
Find a way to have more runs than the other when the final out's recorded.
Yeah, you know, and again, I don't mind when umpires call the ball. Obviously, I'm a pitcher, so I really don't mind when it's a little off the plate or whatever, but be consistent for both teams. Don't have it move all the way around. You can't be inconsistent with it. And I think that's been the argument from both coaches here and players is they just don't feel like it's been consistent.
The trapezoid, so to speak. It's not a square.
No.
1-1 hit hard by Nixon, who has been all over Seminole pitching today. He has gotten on base all 3 times. 3 singles.
Yeah.
Now hovering around 400 with the average.
Yeah, 5 hits already in this series.
He's fun to watch.
He really is. Plays the game the right way. Like I said it last night. Very similar to his dad.
That one bounces in there. It's a Wolfpack team also trying to piece things together, right? They went to Puerto Rico to start the year, won both of the games they played. had a stunner of a loss to Lafayette on a Friday night. It was a winless Lafayette team, but an NC State team that has some quality victories. Obviously, a 2 out of 3 against Boston College to start ACC play. A win in the midweek over a good Coastal Carolina program. The people calling this really an audition for NC State to put themselves on the map on the national stage this season. As Nixon, backhand there from Fisher. Nixon runs too well. Good effort by Fish, but a 4th hit for Nixon.
Yeah, and a good job by him going where the pitch was. Know he had the shift on, trying to hit it that way. And again, like you said, it wouldn't have mattered who was playing there. With the speed of Nixon, he was beating that out. And you see right here, pitch away, and he just goes with it. Like you said, good effort by Fish as well, but Nixon's just too fast. 4 for 4 now on the day.
Elliott Avon called him a throwback. First pitch fouled backwards. Luke hit 295 last season. 5 home runs, 42 RBIs. That average now exactly 100 points north. And I think with the last hit, that puts him above 400 on the year. It does. Live stats have him at 402. He's on first base with 1 out in the inning. 0-1. And Frazeman comes up empty.
Good pitch, good off-speed pitch there from Purcell. Down out of the zone. Frazeman has shown that he will chase down over the plate.
He struck out twice today. Did walk in the 4th. Had a notion that time.
Just a little too far out.
He held up. They're hoping to get Frazeman back to the power hitting ways that he had last year, 2nd on the team. Actually tied for the team lead, my mistake. 11 home runs in 2025. Did have 47 RBIs, slugged 498. He averaged pretty good still this season, 329. He's kept that a bump forward. Trying to tap into some more power as we enter the middle portion of the season. Does a nice job of working the count back full. Dalton Bargo is on deck. Runner going, hit and run was on. Fouled back. Elliott Avon saying he felt like his team played their best game on Tuesday against UNC Wilmington. 14-2 victory. Swing and a miss. Throw down. Hits on the center field. Nixon had the bag stolen anyway.
And they're calling
they call interference. They are.
So it's a strike him out interference in the inning.
I'm going to say it's heading back to the dugout. And Elliott Avon's not happy. He's having a conversation with home plate umpire Harrison Silverman.
You can see Avon. Oh, and Avon's getting tossed.
There he goes. Avon has been ejected.
I think this is all built up too from the floating plates and everything that we've been talking about.
Things got interesting here at House. We're going to step aside. Be right back. Bottom of the 6th, first pitch, ball to Chase Williams from Jacob Duden. Things are getting heated. Both coaches frustrated with the home plate umpire and this umpiring crew this weekend. Elliott Avent got tossed out of the game in case you stepped away right at the end after this batter's interference.
And it's actually a good call. I mean, he does fall over the plate in front of Carnes. So it was a strike him out and interference.
Second hit for Williams. Back up the box.
It's good to see if you're a Seminole fan. 2 hits on the day for Williams.
Now batting, third baseman, Will Navarro.
I told people to buckle up this weekend. I said it's going to be high intensity, a lot on the line. And now Link Jarrett was close. He stepped away. I went back to the dugout. Avent stayed out there.
Well, but Link was out there long enough, and typically Link, you can't argue balls and strikes, so typically they have a shorter leash. I thought Link wanted to get tossed the way he was acting. I think he was trying to fire his team up. He was fed up with it. And so
now Chris Hart will step in to manage the rest of the game for the Pack. The associate head coach, former Seminole. One on, Bavaro. Down on the count. And Williams, who is a threat to steal for Florida State. 5 for 7 this season in limited games played. Being checked on by Duden. See some bodies loosening up in the NC State pen. Good slider. Throw back, tag. Oh, it was dropped.
it was close, too.
It was close.
I think he got in there regardless, but it was still close. Good throw by Lanphier.
Oh-2 here to Bavaro. Runner going. Throw down. Good one from Lanphier. Slide, and he's safe. Williams got underneath the tag. So the Noles have a couple of stolen bases against an outstanding defensive catcher in Drew Lanphier.
Yeah, a slider there that could have honestly gone as a strike. Great slide by Williams. He's been safe regardless if he comes up with the throw cleanly.
1-2 pitch. Bavaro, check swing, did not go. And the appeal down to first base. North of 100 pitches for Duden. Here in the Seminole 6th. Season high is 115 pitches. To give the Noles bats some credit. This is high octane from Duden. They have been selective in their pitches and what they want to attack, what they've laid off of, run the pitch count up. They've battled in the box as well, and Duden has 6 strikeouts, but he's worked hard in this outing.
He really has. But again, he's come through when they needed him to.
A shot of Coach Chrysler there. Two popped up. And back out on the grandstand.
Barlow turning this into a really good at bat right here. Got behind 0-2, worked a full count now.
Missed inside. And Bavaro hyped, trying to get his dugout to life as he heads down to first.
You have to wonder, dude now at 107. This is it, or to let him face Fisher before they go talk. He's got top of the lineup after Fish.
Fisher showing bunt. I think those fans were trying to convince the umpire of a balk.
It wasn't.
A boisterous crowd here on this Saturday afternoon. Game 2 between Florida State and NC State. Fisher just pops it foul on the bunt.
I think that'd have gone over the third base, but a double.
Oh, 1 pitch. Check down to first. He did not go around on the bunt attempts. Was able to pull it back. Fisher a strikeout in the second, a RBI ground out in the fourth. 2 on base in Williams and Bavaro. And again, Fisher just not able to get the bunt down.
The thing is, it's not just Fisher. It's a theme here. It's been everybody. I think that got his hand. I think that ball ran in and got his hand. I will say this, you're not going to find many people tougher on this team than Cal Fisher, though. You see right here. Got a couple of those fingers maybe right there.
One-two pitch. Fisher in the left field for a base hit. Just past the outreach to Mikey Ryan. And a good sign for Cal Fisher. And a moment for him to take a breath.
Really is. Love to see it too. I love to see the hype towards the dugout. Big moment for him. Gets a slider here that stays up just enough, but he's able to go down and get it. Just out of the reach of Ryan there at shortstop.
That's going to be it for Duden. 111 pitches. There's Coach Chrysler out there, and he makes the move. Noles will have the bases loaded. And nobody out. And the bottom of the 6th, Duden, partial line. 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. What'd you think of Duden overall?
I'll tell you what, the stuff's there, but it was just a little bit of yo-yo there. The Noles kind of got hot there the last couple of innings. But the stuff is definitely there. He's got big league stuff.
Duden will walk off after 5 complete innings and ran into trouble in the 6th. We're going to step aside. Game 2 in Tallahassee, a good one. Ed Hauser. A look at Duden here after 5 innings of complete. Ran into trouble in the 6th. Fastball, we saw it up to 99 today. MLB level slider. Just couldn't quite find the commands and the pitchability throughout his 5+ innings.
Yeah, especially there towards the last couple innings. But I mean, really, if you look at it, as of right now, 5 of FSU runs are 3 off Miles Bailey home runs. So all in all, he was able to get through trouble when he got there, but now he needs some help from one of his teammates now with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Collins Black, the sophomore from Cary, will come on in relief. 7th appearance. You see the numbers there on your screen. Top of the order for Florida State. It's Braden Dowd, followed by Eli Putnam. Black trying to escape, limiting the damage. We're pulling a Houdini act. Bases full of Knowles, nobody down. Outside corner, mid-90s heat for a strike. Collins Black, transfer from Duke. Appeared in 8 games last season out of the pen, 9 1/3 innings, striking out 18 batters. For at the time, Chris Pollard's Duke Blue Devils, who went to the Super Regionals. Dowd yanks one to right field. Back it goes. Grand slam.
Tell you what, right there, Dowd coming in, welcoming the new pitcher to the game with a grand slam, and he's getting to some part of the circus tent too on a hop.
103 exit velocity, projected distance 405 feet. Not a cheap home run for Dowd.
Not at all.
Braden opens this ball game up. So Jacob Duden's final line, 8 hits, 8 earned runs. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. As Dowd gets his curtain call. Breaking ball. Putnam comes up empty on the swing and a miss. That was a tape measure shot, 6th homer of the year for Dowd at the leadoff spot. Strike 3. Looking on the fastball. And the throw down to third base gets over Sherman Johnson's glove.
And you see it right here. Gets that one hop on the tent, right on top of the tent on the hop. Oh, man, it doesn't get much better than that in a game situation for somebody. You see the excitement from Dowd and his teammates. Doesn't get any better right now for Collins Black.
Outside corner for a strike.
Good spot there, though.
Popped up, shallow left field. Johnson falls down. Bailey hustling into second to throw, and he slides in safe.
I tell you what, with the shift that they have on here, this is a long ways for Sherman Johnson to have to run. You see, he's playing shortstop right here. And that is a long ways for him to go. And Rhett Johnson coming on strong too, and there's just nothing they can do there in this situation. And you gotta love the hustle from Bailey, being able to slide in for a double.
If the doubles Bailey's hit, 81-mile-an-hour exit velo, not on your bingo card. Also glad to see that Johnson was okay. Those wipeouts sometimes the worst happens, and he stayed down for an extra beat, so I was looking over to make sure he was able to get back up.
You worry about those knees.
He's okay.
Sure.
This one hit hard fair. Inside the bag at first for Paulino. Bailey rounds third. Touches home, Paulino, RBI double. And the big Seminole sixth inning continues.
Paulino here with the inside-out swing down the right field line. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Just keeps his hands inside it, drives it down the right field line for a double. Driving in Bailey for another run of Knowles.
Talking to some Major League Baseball scouts before the weekend started before first pitch on Friday, they said Paulino amongst freshmen in the ACC might have the best hit tool. And you're talking guys like Rhett Johnson who have been off to incredible starts in this league. But Paulino was a top 250 draft prospect according to MLB.com before he stepped foot on campus. And the Noles felt like they got a prized recruit to arrive at Hauser. And between him and Stutzer, they really love what they have with the talent of the young guys.
Yeah, moving forward. And like you said,
correct.
And like you said with Paulino's bat, though, the bat has played since day one with him at the plate.
And Paulino batting .404 this season, leading Florida State in average. .0-2 pitch, got Carnes. Not sure what Carnes was looking for there. That was in the other batter's box.
You see this pitch to Carnes, like you said, it never even started in over in the strike zone. Not sure what he was thinking. But Lanfear thought it was 3 outs and just kind of flipped it back out there. But Collins Black heads up, jumped back on it.
Here's Stutzer. One of 3 freshmen for Florida State in the lineup. Two hits for Stutzer today, man in scoring position. See what Collins Black wants to do. Trying to work the outer half. And the edges against Stutzer. 2-0. This is the 9th man to the plate for Florida State, the 6th. 5 runs are in. Inside corner, strike 2. This is off the plate. Count is 3-1. Lifted high and foul, out of play. Talk about Stutzer's accolades out of Pope High School, ranked 179 in the MLB.com top 250 going into last year's draft. Over 3,000 yards on the gridiron as a receiver and running back for Pope High in Marietta, a suburb of Atlanta. Pokes this one into right center field. That is dropping and diving catch. No, not made. Run will score. It was trapped by Ty Head. RBI for Stutzer.
Tell you what, heck of an effort here right here from Ty Head. He definitely sold it. Tried to sell it anyways.
No kidding. Looked like he had no shot off the bat. He was inches away from making that grab. It's 11-4 Florida State.
There's a reason he calls it no-fly zone. He definitely tried to, you see right here, look at this effort. Ooh, that's close. Now we're going to have a little conference right here. See the replay here again.
From that angle, it looks like he caught it.
Dang sure enough does. But he didn't. I mean, you think you'd have got a little bit more from him in his reaction on that. I don't know. It was just kind of.
That was Ryan Clark, first base umpire, who made the no catch call. Got to at least look at it. From the angles we've got, that is close. It looked like he might have caught it.
Our Hart's got a little smirk on his face, kind of like, what are we doing?
Now here comes Link Jarrett.
Watch it again here.
I mean, I thought he caught it.
I mean, there's
might be our best look.
Still can't.
Not from behind.
I mean, yeah. I just thought I would have seen more of a reaction from him, you know, from Head when they said he didn't catch it, if he would have caught it. He kind of just laid there like, well, I tried to sell it. It didn't work. But this one right here, it looks like he catches it. But then again, I don't know. Again, you got to go remember what the call is on the field, which is they didn't catch it. It's going to be tough. You still see Link out here going, what? I mean, wonder what he's arguing right here. Here we go in normal speed. I think he I think he caught the baseball.
That's a catch.
I think he caught the baseball. Wow.
They're going to say stance.
Wow.
Oh, man. Another pitching change has been made by NC State here. 11-4 Florida State. And Chavi, I don't understand the rules of replay. I don't know. All throughout the year, and I'm sure it's happening everywhere in college baseball. Looks obvious. They call the opposite.
It happened a lot last year in pro baseball too. I mean, MLB. But I'll be honest, his reaction in center field, he didn't sell it so much that he caught it either. So I don't know. I'm with you, man. It definitely looked like he caught it.
Those baseball games keeping us on our toes. No doubt about that. 11-4. Bottom of the 6th. That's going to be it for Collins Black. We'll step aside and be right back at Hauser. Noles have opened this thing up in the bottom of the 6th. Back here in Tallahassee, Florida State's batted around. Here in the 6th inning, the big blast was a Dowd salami. 4 ribbies on the homer, his 6th of the year. The grand slam gave Florida State a big lead. Then Paulino doing what Paulino does to bring in Bailey. And Stutzer, an RBI single to boot, has made it 11-4. A couple of dudes who have left the park combined 3 times today. Dowd's metrics, that was a bomb itself.
I think he's asking Bailey, hey man, I felt like I really got that, but I'm still a little short of your distance in miles per hour. He's like, I don't know, man, just keep doing what you're doing. It's working also.
And you know, these crooked numbers that Florida State has been looking for to put up have been key to their wins that have allowed them to pump up to the 11th ranked team in the country, especially against an NC State pitching staff. A weekend rotation that's so good, you've got to find your spots, and the Noles have made them pay in the 6th today.
They sure have, and gotten to the bullpen as well when they've come in. At least today. They didn't yesterday against Nance.
That one to the backstop. Williams has to Ole out of it, down to second. That's Stutzer.
That one absolutely stiffened Williams up right there. He became a toothpick quick.
I thought Chase was going to get into a Savannah Bananas routine.
Yeah, he did a little push-up.
A little
right
dance.
There. Tell you what, buddy, locked up.
Our producer Kirby Kander says could have done a burpee. Nice. Lifts this one to left field. Has some carry to it. Towards the track, just shy of the wall. Had a lot of carry to it.
I'll tell you what, Johnson's feet were against it.
And Johnson makes the catch to retire the side. Florida State sends 10 men to the plate in the 6th. The big inning they were looking for, they found it. They lead 11-4 by a touchdown and an extra point. Dowd brought Hauser to life with the grand slam in the 6-run, 6th inning for Florida State. Noles have 12 hits. In a bit of a mess in the field for them, though, defensively. They have responded, though, offensively in Game 2. Dalton Bargo will lead things up. First pitch swinging against Purcell. And he slams the bat down in disgust as it's a fly out here to Williams. And Bargo hasn't missed by much a few times here today. He's on time, just finding the barrel sweetly. I think he's close this weekend.
And you are, but you see, like with Purcell, he gets such good vertical on his fastball. People think they're on it, and you're not. You're underneath it. I mean, again, the velocity's not going to kill you. I mean, it's 89, 91. He was 93 some last inning, but he had the long inning to sit right here.
Purcell has a fastball that really jumps on you, right? They call it, in layman's terms, has a lot of life to it. What does that mean when you look at induced vertical break and what it does to the ball?
It just stays on plane. So in other words, people always think when someone tells you that's a rising fastball, well, it's not rising. It just doesn't have the gravity pull that you see on other pitches where it's actually diving down. It just stays on plane. And with him coming straight over the top like he does, the ball just stays flat and you think you're on it and you're underneath it.
That's why you see a lot of these late swings that you're seeing right now from guys like Mikey Ryan. Yeah, and he pairs that big 12-6 breaking ball over it. Does keep you off balance.
Correct. He's typically not going to be a ground ball guy. When he gets down in the zone, you can, but you're going to get fly balls. But there you go with that breaking ball that you just talked about. After elevating the fastball and he comes with it, makes him really difficult to hit. You see the depth on this pitch right here, just dive. It almost looks more like a split finger because he's straight over the top.
Pinch hitting for the Pack, number 13, Andrew Wiggins.
So Andrew Wiggins will pinch hit. Here for the catcher, Lanphier.
This is the guy they've been trying to find a way to get in the lineup, who's got a lot of pop in his bat.
And it just looks right.
It does.
As a ball player.
He is athletic.
Incredibly kind kid, too. Talked to him earlier today at BP. Had a heck of a rounds. And was cordial and friendly as could be, as that one not in there. 2-0. But you're right. Elliot Avon said we've got to find a way to get Wiggins at bats.
Yeah.
And it's big league type of makeup.
It is. And like you said, we just talked about just even the build. 6'2", 225. Athletic, can run. Got a really good arm. He's tooled up.
Transfer from Indiana, hit 256 last season with 4 homers for the Hoosiers. Hits that one hard, but right at Williams. 102 exit velocity off the bat of Wiggins. That's a good swing for Andrew, but a better inning for Brody Purcell. He goes 1, 2, 3, and that's what you want. You put up a crooked number, you get back into the dugout, and you give a ball to a kiddo. Time to stretch. Back here in Tallahassee, Florida State leading 11-4. NC State took the lead in the fourth inning with a 3-spot, but the Noles respond right back. Miles Bailey been a star, and Braden Dowd as well. Chami, the Noles bats have come to life today and had some success against a great pitching staff from NC State.
Yeah, and you've got some key hits from some guys, too, that have been kind of wanting to get back on track. But then you also got Mr. Reliable right there driving the ball out of the park.
2 homers for Bailey here today, both over 400 feet. And then this big moment in the game, Elliott Avent gets tossed after batter's interference. And there's Dowd's grand salami. In a game full of entertainment, no doubt about that. That's where we stand. A back and forth affair right until the middle innings. And both head coaches have come out at one point to plead their case to home plate umpire Ryan Silverman, but I mean, it's been tough. It's been a tough day at the park. Florida State, though, had the big inning. It's kind of given them some breathing room here in game 2, looking to push this thing to that rubber match tomorrow.
Yeah, it's nothing less than what we expected for the weekend. Thought there was a really good chance it'd come down to a Sunday game to decide the series.
So Wiggins, you saw, pinch hit for Lanphier, and so it looks like Bond will come in a catcher for Lanphier defensively. It is Preston Bond working against the offerings of Danny Heinz. Up and in, and it's 3-0. 8-9-1 for Florida State working against Heinz. It'll be Lovarro, Fisher, and Dowd. 4-pitch walk to Bavaro. He's got a pair of those today.
Cal Fisher.
First pitch in there for a strike to start off the AB to Fisher. A single in the 6th. RBI ground out in the 4th. Gets this one hard. Foul. The truth is, Florida State's going to need Cal Fisher. If they're going to get to where they want to go at the end of the season, kid who was voted as a captain by his teammates, hit 300 last year with nearly double-digit home runs, is going to be counted upon to be one of the centerpieces of your lineup. Still a lot of time and a lot of season left. He goes down on 3 pitches.
That was a good sweet sequence, and you're right, they do need Fisher, though, to come around a little bit more consistent at the plate. And I do think it's had a little bit of effect with him playing shortstop, and taking a little bit, putting a little bit more on him than he probably needs. But he's somebody who I think through the long run will get his feet right and get back on them. He had a big hit there just a little bit ago, but that at bat right there.
Into left center field, Johnson diving grab, robs Dowd of a base hit. They call themselves the no-fly zone, and you can see why. It's an outstanding outfield for the NC State Wolfpack defensively.
And they just play the game right. Talk about people like this, gritty guys, gritty players, don't leave the field clean, getting dirty whenever they can. Great play right there by Red Johnson.
Back-to-back outs recorded by Heinz. Now against Button. Eli Putnam, a walk in the first inning, but a ground out and a couple of strikeouts in his other 3 appearances at the plate. Diving stop. Johnson couldn't keep the ball in his glove as he got to his feet. Should be an infield hit for Putnam.
Yeah, great play by Johnson. Like you said, just coming to his feet, not able to get a grip on the ball and throw it over there. It would have been tough anyways. 116 off the bat right here by Putnam. But again, another great play by the Wolfpack player here. Just wasn't able to finish it.
There's a strike. So Bailey here in the bottom of the 7th. Two on, 2 down. Do have to make a note just for broadcast sake. The 10-run rule is in effect in ACC play. Left center field for Bailey. Think the park will hold it. Johnson at the track, and Bailey nearly walked us off and ended this ball game. Just missed by a couple of feet. The last to the 8th. Noles by 7. Tallahassee, Florida, game 2 between 10th ranked NC State and 11th ranked Florida State. Noles lead 11-4. Top of the 8th inning. Miles Bailey last at bat just missed, walking us off for the 10-run rule in 7 innings. Flew out to the track where Johnson made the grab. So to the 8th we go. And Johnson, who made the grab, will lead things off in the 8th. First pitch swinging. Williams near the line. Out number 1.
Pitch hitting for the Pack, number 18, Wyatt Piper.
Now here's Wyatt Piper, the senior. transfer from JMU. Not a stranger to Dick Hauser Stadium, has actually played at Hauser twice as a member of the Dukes and Marlon Eichenberry's squad. A terrific glove at third base is Pfeiffer. Gold glove in his time with the Dukes. And really, they've tried to find ways to get him in the lineup. And the way Sherman Johnson's played at third base and at with the stick at the plate, NC State finding some of the same issues the Noles are in terms of a lot of talent, only so many spots.
Yeah, I mean, again, but that helps you when you got guys coming off the bench to know that they've done it and can do it anytime when you put them in there.
They've gone to Pfeiffer as a defensive replacement with the lead in late innings. 1-2. Comes up empty. Strikeout there for Purcell, his fourth.
Again, Purcell showing that great breaking ball. 12-6. Making it look, actually, that one looks like more of the splitter right there. That was nice.
First pitch to head outside. Pfeiffer was pinch hitting in the last AB for Chris McHugh. There's a strike. Head today has a single in the third. And a couple of RBIs yesterday in game one. Cranks this out to right field, towards the line. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's gone. Eighth homer this season for Ty Head, and the Pack get one back.
Yeah, he got a fastball inside there and was able to turn on it, get it right down the line.
.94-mile-an-hour exit velocity, 367 projected distance on that home run. Popped up on the 1-0 by Johnson. Putnam ranging into the grass, falling back, and he dropped it.
Right there, too. You wondered, I mean, listen, you got to catch that ball. Second baseman does. But Stutzer, if he can come in and get that ball, you got to call him off. It's a better angle and easier for you to come in on the ball than him going back. But either way, it's got to be caught. That's an error.
Nixon checks swing. Bavaro looked at second, now throws to first. And that retires the side. Fourth error for Florida State. And it's 11-5, bottom of the eighth. Bottom of the 8th. Florida State will send Paulino. Carnes and Stutzer, 4, 5, 6. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Pat Gitwin back in the 8th on the Ty Head home run. His 8th of the season. That now leads NC State. He takes the team lead over Chris McHugh. One pitch, swing and a miss. Nasty fastball there from Heinz.
Ball had some run.
With Paulino, right, the batting average 404 on the year, still trying to find his first home run as a Seminole. Scouts do think the power will come and will project as he continues his college career.
And I do. I look at him as kind of similar to a right-handed hitting John Ford Griffin. You know, when John Ford Griffin was here hitting from the left side, you know, his first 2 years, he wasn't hitting lots of home runs. He was a gap-to-gap guy hitting them, and then finally his senior year, he hit 19. I'm sorry, his junior year, hit 19.
1-2 cue ball into the sun. Caught there by Nixon. See the half grin on Nixon's face. I don't think he quite saw the ball as it went into the glove.
But you kind of laugh at that situation because you got sunglasses sitting on top of your hat. Why don't we have them on? Like, what are we doing here? I've always laughed at guys when they do that. I gotta have my style. No, how about you put them on so it helps you see?
Is that the moment you go, you touch your eyes and go, like, oh, they're not on?
Dang it, they're not there.
First pitch from Heinz to Carnes, hit the other way, Phil. Carnes 0 for 4 today. Back in the lineup for the first time in 5 games. In for Nate Schmela. There's a strike. 0-2. And Florida State team that could really benefit from getting Carnes going. The plan initially was to have him be the protection for Miles Bailey in the lineup. As a guy that could maybe hit double-digit home runs. Launches that one low. The hit tool right now is above everything else in his game as he continues to work on the defensive side of catcher. But last season, he was one of Florida State's hottest hitters to end the year. Was really good out in Corvallis against Oregon State in that super regional. That one into right center. Head lets it drop in this time. Doesn't make the attempts. But you see the bat to ball ability from a guy like Hunter Carnes.
And he's always been very streaky too, so if he gets a guy when he starts getting hot, you better watch out because he'll be on fire. It's a fastball away, does what you're supposed to do with it as a good hitter. Drives it that way.
That conversation again for Florida State, trying to find the right mix of guys in the fields versus at the plate. Lake Jarrett's been honest about you give something up when you put your best defensive alignment out there. Then you give something up if you put your best offensive alignment out there. And I asked him point blank, as that one misses high and in, I said, so what's the right balance? He says, Ari, I didn't figure that out yet. If I had the answers,
trust me,
I'd put it out there.
Yeah.
So you've got an offensive lineup that can win games like they did today, 11 runs despite 4 errors. But then the other side of that is if you have your best overall defensive alignment, do you struggle to put up runs? And they've had both. There was a weekend against the Citadel. I think Florida State scored only about 10 runs on the weekend in 3 games. And that was a big red flag offensively. But they figured that out with some different options.
Yeah.
But now the defense this weekend, maybe there's a balance there, and that's why you play all the way until May and into June and hope you have your final answers figured out by that point.
And you also, earlier too, you had some injuries and things like that too that they're trying to figure out. So you try to start piecing it all together, but the one thing you can say is when you're a two-time coach of the year like Link Jarrett is, he's going to figure it out when it's time to.
He's found a way to push all the right buttons at multiple stops. And these types of weekends only make you better. Knowles and Pack, top 11 matchup. Strike 3 calls. Out number 2. Nasty breaking ball.
If you look at Hines' numbers here, he's had 7 strikeouts to 5 innings coming into this game. That slider plays.
First pitch, back foot slider misses. Heights to Williams, couple of hits today. Knowles would love to unlock Williams at the plate. Could today be the step in the right direction they were looking for? 2-0 from Heinz, the redshirt senior, playing at his 3rd school. Started his career at Penn in the Ivy League, and then redshirted last year at Alabama. Didn't get any time prior to making his way from Tuscaloosa to Raleigh. And you wonder if Nate Schmela and Danny Heinz ever ran into each other in the old Penn Dartmouth days.
There you go.
A couple of 6th-year seniors. There's a strike on the outside corner. Heinz has actually appeared in a NCAA regional back in 2023 against St. John's. He was playing for Penn and walks Williams. So Williams has been on base 3 times today. Knowles have 2 on in the 8th, 2 outs. Freshman 3rd baseman Will Bavaro takes a strike. He's been on base 3 times, 2 walks, and infield single. And Bavaro, who has played a pretty solid 3rd base defensively, has come out with the opportunity he got and hit pretty well too for a rookie. Shallow, center field, head can really fly, and he makes it look easy as he glides in to retire the side. Couple aboard, nothing doing. Danny Heinz is through the 8th. Knowles lead by 6. 3 outs, and we would have a rubber match tomorrow. back here in Tallahassee. Noles need 3 outs for game 2. And Braden Fraseman will lead things off, followed by Bargo and Wright. Noles will run back out Brody Purcell for a 4th inning of work. He has simply been phenomenal. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was the homer from Ty Head. No walks, 4 strikeouts. And just misses.
Ball's a little out.
All right, I got it, man. Hey, ball.
1-1 misses. Excuse me, swing and a miss. 1-1. Now 1-2.
Not a bad spot there from Purcell. Down though.
Two, swing and a miss.
You see this fastball here,
Dalton
just
Bargo.
staying on plane. Fazeman just behind it and underneath it a little bit. Another great fastball from Purcell.
On the ground, Bailey underneath the glove. Fair ball. And Bargo is on first with a single.
Really good job keeping Bargo to a single there.
Mikey Ryan.
Pitch fouled away.
Yeah, with a big lead, Purcell just coming right at the hitters right now.
Bouncer to second. Could be 2. And beat out there by Ryan.
Wolfpack team can really run, man. That definitely, I mean, that wasn't a bad turn. Fish got rid of it quick. Ryan just scooting down the line.
Pitch hitting for NC State, number 11, Preston Vaughn.
Those do have 2 outs. Freshman from Lawrenceville. One pitch, swing and a miss. Hauser comes to its feet. Grandstands. Now feeling Game 2. Favoring the way of the Noles. 11-5. 1-2 pitch. And 2-2 misses high. Tomorrow, Florida State will run out Bryson Moore. Up against TBA from NC State. Could be Heath Andrews or Cooper Consiglia. 2-2. Fouled away. And just what this weekend needed. A rubber match at Hauser for a top 11 showdown.
Yeah, great weather. It's been perfect.
Now a full count. Top of the order, Rhett Johnson. He's on deck. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again. Purcell has been brilliant. Now pushing 4 innings in relief. Looking to shut the door. Slow grounder. Fisher coming in. Throws across. Game 2 to the Noles. And forces a rubber match tomorrow. Winner take all in this top 11 showdown.
Tell you what, great job right there for Purcell coming in there late in the game. 4 innings of relief. No free passes, getting after guys, throwing strikes. And the Noles able to swing the bats. 14 hits and 11 runs today. Great response to yesterday, and like you said, get the rubber match tomorrow.
$11 runs, 14 hits for Florida State. Seminoles crank 3 home runs, 2 off the bat of Bailey, 1 from Braden Dowd. I believe both of them will join us down with Ansley for post-game interviews. Trey Beard, 3 2/3. Only 1 earned run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts on 96 pitches. Pitched better than I think the line showed, but Brody Purcell did his job. Went 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 5 Ks.
Yeah, he did an outstanding job. What you needed to save that pin going into tomorrow now.
Florida State wins 11-5. Awaiting Miles and Braden down there with Ansley. And we'll go down now to Ansley Topchick with our players of the game.
Miles, not a perfect game by any means, but how was this group able to battle and get things going offensively to get the win?
Yeah, I think we just did our jobs. I think we did our jobs and passed it to the next guy, and we just kept doing it over and over again until we busted it up, and I think that's how we did it.
And 3 home runs for you this series, each of those giving your team the lead. What adjustments have you been making at the plate?
Just trying to do my job and help my team. If the opportunity presents itself to hit a home run, I like to do that, so that's what I do.
Home runs definitely help the team. You had 1 Friday, 2 today. Can we expect 3 tomorrow?
I hope so.
I hope so too. Thanks for the time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, now Braden, the grand slam. Walk me through what was going through your mind as you approached the plate, bases loaded. How did you take advantage of that opportunity?
Yeah, just really looking for a good pitch to hit. Obviously, I think we were up 1, and it's a very back and forth game. They're a really good team, and it seems like every time we were scoring, they were kind of answering. And obviously, you're never trying to do something like that, but I was just kind of looking for a good pitch to hit, good pitch to drive, do anything I can to put the ball in play and score a run, obviously, and got a good pitch and was able to put a good swing on it and hit a home run.
And you mentioned how competitive this team is. What will it take tomorrow to come out and take down this number 10 NC State team?
Yeah, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take all of our energy, obviously. The 3rd game in a row, the game on Sunday, and that's a really good team over there. And you saw it today and yesterday. We score. We have a big home crowd here. They're loud and everything, and they come right back and they answer a lot. And they just seem to always stay on it and string stuff together, and they don't let the crowd or really anything get in their way. So that's a really good team over there. It's going to take all of us, and it's going to take a lot of energy, and we're going to have to go get it tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
Ansley, good work down there today. And this weekend's Chavez, final thoughts before we say goodbye.
I just think you see a good response by the Noles after a game yesterday that was tight. Noles opened it up today, but tomorrow going to be a great rubber match and a great finish to this series.
1 o'clock, we hope you join us. Florida State takes game 2 and ties the series with an offensive barrage. 11 runs on 14 hits, 3 home runs. And the Seminoles pitching staff able to figure things out in the bullpen. Brody Purcell getting the job done. Chase Williams might have found something here too. And maybe the Noles have something there back in Chase Williams in the outfields. See you tomorrow. For Chris Chavez, I'm Mario Masudi. Rubber match in Tallahassee. Nothing better at Hauser on a Sunday afternoon.